Maybe not the smartest decision, but I was dying to get out here. I'm gonna sit around in the truck and stay warm and dry for about an hour, check the radar, and hopefully this dies down a little bit before I head in and make my base camp. I'm here for 4 days, so I gotta be careful how wet I get. It's pretty brutal out there. It's gonna be fun. Definitely some trees popping tonight. It's upgraded to heavy blowing wet snow, so it's almost time to go. Well, I had to leave the truck sometime. Rain turned to wet snow, but it also kind of died down a little bit. So I decided to go and get geared up, put the tarp over my gear on my sled here. Got my barrel, my sled all tarped up. Then I'm gonna go hopefully find a spot for a tent. With all this rain, it's definitely gonna be a lot trickier to find some level ground. But it's time to get soaking wet. I'm really gonna be looking forward to that wood stove and dependent on it to keep me safe and dry. Here we go. With a potential flash freeze, it's like probably 0 right now, and it's supposed to be minus 19 tonight. I gotta be very careful out here. So I'm not sure how much filming I'll be doing, but I'll try to check in as much as I can. But it's all about getting set up. I gotta get this wood stove. Once the wood stove is set up, I'll cut some spruce boughs, and then I'll feel a lot better. I'll get once that wood stove is rocking, I'll dry everything out. It's gonna be tough to get a base though. It's just slush and right to the ground. Here we go. Well, I finally got everything set up. Like I said, it was way too wet to be filming anything. It's a good way to wreck your gear. The temperature's dropping, but all is well. I got the tent up, I got the wood stove on, and it's roaring. Just about to shut the door and close the damper a little bit. But yeah, I got all my firewood for a couple of days probably. And it's supposed to drop down to minus 18, so you can never have too much. But yeah, here's a little tour so far. So I got all my firewood just piled up. I'm going to pile it up neat here in a minute. Stove's rocking, drying my gloves. All my gear's still put away. "29 degrees. CO2 is okay. Humidity's at 40. Oh, heaven. I used my Mora knife, and I got a full bag of shavings here that I carved up for the emergency start. And then I have a big pile of kindling. I'm just working on that right now. So I'm just cutting nice little pieces like that. So I wake up cold, just throw in those shavings, a couple of pieces of kindling and some dry wood, and I'll be back to 35 degrees in the tent. So I'm just going to work on this, and when I'm done, I'm going to have some dinner. Non-pizza. Well, it's time for dinner. Tonight, just having something quick and easy. I got some naan bread, cream cheese, some nice pre-cooked bacon, and some fresh red peppers with some everything bagel spice. That's so good. The everything spice. Definitely will be making a second one. About 4 hours ago, there's a really big windstorm while I was cooking supper, and it was like a shotgun that went off, an explosion. I sort of fell out of my chair and knocked my calzone over. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a heart attack. Freaked me right out. I thought I was gonna die. I jumped and dove down on the ground and kind of braced for impact. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid. Anyway, I always look around for trees and make sure I knew the wind was 40 gusts. So I always try to pick spots that are safe. I know this is a bit of a succession forest where a lot of rotten balsam, and it's an old logging block from like historic logging. So all that's left is rotten balsam. Anyway, I want to show you something. So this is my tent, and this is what knocked me over on my chair. Not far at all. 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, and this monster of a tree exploded about 15 feet up. Here it is here. Scared the living daylights out of me. I could have died. I could have decided to set my tent up here. It's just enough opening. Oh my god. Well, it's 11:30, just around -12. Beautiful starry night though. So this is the tree that scared the life out of me the other night. Just exploded, and I thought it was falling onto my tent. And I screamed and I jumped and I put my foot up in the air like I was going to catch the tree with my foot. And I'm not going to lie, there's that, I don't know if it's the light flashing in front of your eyes, but there was definitely a slow motion kind of feeling, just waiting for the tree to crash in my canvas tent. But luckily it never happened. But look at this. So that's the tree there. This is where it came down. It's pretty darn close. I can hear the tree falling through the air. That's how close it was. Not a good feeling. I'm just going to check on my game camera here, see if there's any fresh tracks. Yeah. Really crusty snow, not very deep, so I'm able to navigate anywhere I want. So I'm just trying to follow this bench as far as I can towards the first set of waterfalls, and then from there I'll probably scoot on to the main trail, head to the big waterfalls. I don't think I'll get my drone up in the air today, but we'll see. And then I'll slowly make my way back to camp, check in on camp and have some lunch, and then do it all over again. Alright, here we go. I bet this golden birch has some stories to tell. Few fires, this gigantic burrow, survivor. Huge, huge. Doesn't even look like a birch anymore. Beautiful. Can't wait to get this stove going. Holy. Well, that was a beautiful walk today. I didn't get much filming. It was nasty weather, but for me, like, just bundled up well. It was gorgeous. I got back though, I was pretty soaking wet. The storm died down here for a little bit, so I thought I'd come outside. I got my big jacket on, all dried up, clothes are drying inside. Yeah, the hot stove's going. It's probably, I think when I got in there it was like -2 and now it's 26. So things are gonna dry quick. I'll have some lunch, late lunch, early dinner, and then I'll go from there. Get this fire going. Just warming up the frying pan. I'm going to cut up this nice small onion, and I have this beautiful steak here. And then I have a spice rub mix from my friend Dave. Steak looks done. I'm just basting it with butter. I'm gonna let it rest, and then I'll cut into it, and it should be medium rare. Good morning. It's about 5:30. Woke up in the tent. It was about -7, about -7. Inside, outside is about -16. I wanted to lay down a little bit more, but I got up to go to the washroom and then decided to get the fire going. Just getting it roaring now. Morning. Well, after that big hike yesterday, I did about 8 kilometers. I think I started, it was just a light snow, and by the end there was like 3 to 5 centimeters, probably closer to 3, I guess, but definitely a winter wonderland. Everything was soaked, my camera gear was soaked, the lenses weren't working too good going in and out. It was all frosting inside from moisture, and the GoPro kept turning on by itself, so I just decided to take everything apart, dry it, warm it up slowly away from the wood stove, but I didn't want to risk using it. I didn't get much filming done last night. It was a beautiful night. I think it got down to about -16, and as you can see, it's -10 right now. Beautiful, beautiful morning. I'm gonna get the stove going, have some breakfast, and see where the day takes me. Well, I got a little break before the storm here. Just had the last set of falls. I'm gonna make my way back up to camp now. Such a beautiful hike though. Moose tracks, lynx, fisher, rabbits, some marten, grouse. Really fresh moose activity everywhere. Nice fresh moose. This is from this year. They're all over the place around here. It's a good place to look for antlers in the late winter. It is definitely rubbing, territorial rubbing here. Just from my morning hike here, there's fresh fisher tracks all over the trail, kind of crisscrossing with the rabbit tracks, of course. But here we got a fisher, just from earlier from my hike. This is this fresh. It came up, doesn't like me around, I guess, so it walked in a circle and pissed twice. And there's another spot up the trail where it kind of pissed on a tree as well. It's just marking its territory. Thought it was kind of cool. I've never seen them walk in a circle like that. But it definitely looks like a territorial thing. So here we have fisher scat, something you don't find too often. And you can see here where it peed up a tree. I'll try to capture it the best I can. So walked up to this tree. And you can see the pee. And the frozen fresh pee on the tree as well. And that's a fisher. And then it turned around. And then you can see its old tracks going up the hill. Well, I'm just grabbing some more cedar here. I'll find some spruce tips as well. That'll make for some nice tea back at camp. That should be enough. Grab some of this loose bark to get my fire going. Should do it. Bought this old canvas bag in a store in Newfoundland, Corner Brook, Newfoundland. Little sports store downtown. Probably 25 years ago. Well, it's been a few beautiful days. I'm just gonna finish off my tea and slowly pack up and get ready to go. Gorgeous winter wonderland.